Hey everybody, long time no see. It's Work From Home Friday. It's time for another kitchen adventure, and this time I got the inspiration from foodwishes.com with Chef John.
Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with bread and butter pickles.
But there are many bread and butter pickle recipes on YouTube, and you should go check it out and find your favorite. I'm probably going to pull some ideas from other recipes besides Chef John's. Now, all of them across the board say the most important thing to get nice crispy pickles is to have very fresh ingredients. It's April, during the quarantine. These are not the freshest ingredients. In fact, some of them are very close to spoiling. But, you know, I gotta do something to keep myself busy. Besides, how bad could they be? The recipes I found all call for 2 pounds of pickling cucumbers. My package only had a little over 1 pound in it, so I'm gonna cut Chef John's recipe in half. If you have one of these high-dollar Walmart chopping knives, it goes a lot slower. And you can tell when someone is a real chef because they have one of these scrapers to pick up the stuff they did just cut. Calm. I'm getting error messages from my SD card. It's important to cut off the head and the butt of the cucumbers because anyone who eats the head and the butt of cucumbers is a psychopath and you should get away from them. Plus someone said something about chemistry. Now because I like some spice, I'm going to keep the normal amount of these Fresno peppers, which is 2, and that's good, because the other 2 were wrinkly and gross. Now of course everyone knows the best way to peel a clove of garlic is to watch 57 YouTube videos about all the different ways to peel a clove of garlic, and I've tried them all, believe me. Another handy tip is to keep one of the Mother Earth strangling plastic bags that your vegetables come in to put all the cuttings in, and then you tie that up real tight and put it in the trash. It takes a few days longer for your trash to smell horrible. Chef John's recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of kosher salt because of course regular salt is for boring people. I happen to have some pickling salt, so I'm going to use that. Now you want to use your clean hands and mix that salt in all around so it's on everything. And now we're going to put it in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours, possibly 4 hours, depending on which recipe you follow and how much you get distracted playing video games.
3 hours later.
So you can see in the bowl how much moisture the salt drew out of the vegetables. We want to rinse off that salty water. Some recipes said not to, but Chef John said to do it. And we're gonna make our brine. Brine is a fancy word for salty water. Now remember, we're cutting this recipe in half, so 1 cup of vinegar. Half of a quarter cup is 1/8 of a cup. My measure doesn't go that far, so I'm gonna go to my cheat sheet. A quarter cup is 4 tablespoons, so I need 2 tablespoons of water, a whole cup of sugar. Holy cow! You ever thought pickles were good for you? You might be wrong. Half a tablespoon of whole mustard seeds, half a teaspoon celery seeds, just a itty bit. Oh crap. Oh well, extra cloves. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns. A little more. The garlic cloves are actually supposed to go in the brine, not in with the vegetables, but whoops. Okay, one thing I noticed right away is that my pot must be too big because I've only got about 1/4 inch of brine in here. And when I pour the pickles in, it's supposed to be enough to cover it. So I'm gonna turn off my heat and switch to a smaller pot. Of course, the goal of any good cook is to use every pot and pan in the kitchen whenever you're making something. So there's that. We bring the brine to a high simmer for about 2 minutes, and then we pour the pickles in, and then we let it come back up to almost a simmer, and then we turn off the heat. Well, I definitely have a problem here because there's supposed to be enough brine to cover the pickles. I think I'm short on brine, but we'll see. Partially because I got such a small batch, and partially because I'm pretty sure my cucumbers were too old to be crispy. I'm not doing the hot water canning method. I'm just gonna put these in some old pickle jars and put them in the refrigerator where supposedly they will keep for a very long time. Now it's a great idea to use your canning funnel to put these into the jars. My canning funnel is conveniently located in my canning pot, which is in the garage. And it's dark, so I'm not going out there. I'll just make a mess. Ow, that's hot. Okay, just one jar. Whoa, that's just about right. Well, tickle my feet and call me Nancy. So now I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator overnight to really chill it down, and we'll find out what they taste like tomorrow. That's a pretty good thumbnail right there.
Tomorrow.
What? Yes, these are the same pajamas I was wearing yesterday. Do you even quarantine, bro? I am very excited to see how these bread and butter pickles turned out. Okay, well, they kind of look like quarantine pickles. Well, yeah. So, of course, you want to get your pickle fork. What, you don't have a pickle fork? Oh, I'll put a link if I can find one. Because look, you can get the pickle, and when you're done, you can just put it on the side of the jar. That's awesome. Well, over there, squishy. They're crunchy. These are awesome. 2 thumbs up. Woo, success. Oh, more. I made bread and butter pickles and they're good. Woohoo! See y'all next time.